go.
Subarashi, you all look amazing. Now it's time to dance with us in the finale. Come on.
Let's go! Minasan, odorimashou!
When we wanna be heard, but words fail. There's a language that we speak when we're dancing in the street.
Time it right, and that song kicks in. Everybody's listening. It makes you believe in love, makes you come alive. And when you can't get enough, that's when you know you're living time.
That's the power in you. That's the power in me. The power of us in this melody. When the rhythm kicks in, that's the beat of your heart. That's the power of love. The power of
Stand up. Oh! We break the mold. We bring the mold. Let's go. We got the power. Oh! We break the mold. We bring the mold. Let's go. We got the power.
Song can bring us together, yeah. With the power to change the world. Let go of the past and let everyone find their peace. In love, it makes you come alive. Yeah, let it know, let it know, everyone. That's
the beat of your heart. That's the power of love. The power of
One more time. Oh! We break the mold. We bring the mold. Let's go. We got the power. Oh! We break the mold. We bring the mold. Let's go. We got the power. Subarashi, you all look so amazing. Now it's time for you to dance with us in the finale. Come on.
Let's go! 皆さん一緒に踊りましょう
When you wanna be heard, come words fail. There's a language that we speak when we're dancing in the street.
Time and bright, and the song kicks in. Everybody's listening. It makes you believe in love, makes you come alive. And when you can't get enough, that's when you know you're living life. That's the power of, that's the power in you, that's the power in me.
the power of us sitting in this melody. When the rhythm kicks in, that's the beat of your heart. That's the power of love.
The power of
Stand up. Oh! We break the mold. We bring the mold. Let's go. We got the power. Oh! We break the mold. We bring the mold. Let's go. We got the power.
song can bring us together, yeah. With the power to change the world. Let go of the past and let everyone find their peace. Oh, in love, it makes you come alive.
Come alive.
Yeah, let it know, yeah, let it know, let it know. That's the written in this melody.
The rhythm kicks in, that's the beat of your heart. That's the power of love.
The power of
One more time. Oh! We break the mold. We bring the mold. Let's go. We got the power. Oh! We break the mold. We bring the mold. Let's go. We got the power. Pop.
Subarashi! You've all been amazing! And now it's time for you to dance with us in the finale.
Let's go! 皆さん、知り合いましょう。
When you wanna be heard, but words fail. There's a language that we speak when we're dancing in the street.
When it's time and right, and the song kicks in, everybody's listening.
It makes you believe in love,
Makes you come alive.
come alive.
Can't get enough. That's when you know you're living life.
That's the power of, that's the power in you, that's the power in me. The power of us written in this melody. When the rhythm kicks in, that's the beat of your heart. That's the power of love, the power of.
We bring the bowl. We bring the bowl. Let's go. We got the power. Oh, we bring the bowl. We bring the bowl. Let's go. We got the power pop.
Yeah, bring us together. The power to change the world. Let us apart and let everyone find their peace. Oh, in love, it makes you come alive. Can't get enough. You'll live this life. That's the power of
Boy, Kai Universal. Oh, we bring the bowl. We bring the bowl. Let's go. We got the power. Oh, we bring the bowl. We bring the bowl. Let's go. We got the power pop.
みえっこ223チャンネル見てくださりありがとうございました。